Hey there, welcome to the Stockbook Gaming channel. We're looking at the new Vigero ZX today in GTA Online. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this one. I have too. It's going to go up against the Buffalo STX, Dominator GTX, and Gauntlet Hellfire. Testing for everything you see on the screen there. Should be a good time. These cars are awesome, modern, American muscle. Lots of fast drag times I'm expecting, lots of big engines. Look at this bad boy right here. We got a little Hemi action going and a carbureted Mustang.
What the dude?
That's right, my favorite NPC is back and we're doing things a little bit differently today. If you didn't see my Simeon Salesman video, you should probably check it out. I'm going to be doing that a little bit going forward, but for now, we're going to... Oh, damn it, who didn't clear out the set? Dude. Donner, was that you? Alright, I guess my boy Donner doesn't care. So we're going to go out to the drag strip here. We got the Dominator GTX on the left, Gauntlet Hellfire on the right. It's Mustang versus Challenger here at La Puerta Dragway. We're going to the 8th mile, quarter mile, and half mile line for the most part. But you'll see here this Gauntlet Hellfire we've known for a while. Very fast. Absolutely destroys the Dominator GTT to the quarter and 8th mile. We're not going to embarrass the GTT any further than that. We don't need to do that. So we're just going to go straight into one of the big battles you'll see throughout this video. The new Vigero, I keep saying Vigero, I don't know why. Vigero ZX on the left, Buffalo STX on the right. Going to that 8th mile, you got an advantage for the new car. Now we're going to see how it handles it on the way to that quarter mile line. The gap might actually even be increasing. So good news for fans of the new Camaro. It looks like it's going to be pretty quick in a straight line. We got one more test after this, but it just annihilates that Buffalo STX going to the half mile. So here comes another half mile drag race, and this is a big one. This is a fun one. Vigero ZX on the left, Gauntlet Hellfire on the right. Let's see who can get to that 8th mile line first, and it might surprise you. That Vigero is fast. It beats the Hellfire to the 8th mile. Can it keep that gap going? Not really, but it still wins to the quarter mile. And keep an eye on that right side of your screen. That Gauntlet Hellfire is going to come screaming back. And by the time we hit this half mile line, they are tied down to the 100th of a second. So two very, very, very quick drag cars. But the edge goes to the Vigero in this test because faster to the quarter mile. Really solid drag times for the Vigero. That is good news. The Buffalo is a little bit down there. The Dominator way down on power, but hell, if you're going to put a carburetor in a car from the 2010s, 2020s, it's probably not going to be too fast. You may have heard, though, that this new Dominator, it's not new, but it's kind of new. The Dominator GTX now has that over-rev stuff that I'm not a huge fan of, but if you speed boost, it's good for it, and it could be good at this track. So we want to see top speed on my custom speedway. Gauntlet Hellfire is really fast. We know the Buffalo STX is really fast. The Dominator improves quite a bit, which you'll see in a minute. How's this new Camaro ZL1 going to stack up? Well, not too bad at all. The Buffalo STX still in the top spot for these muscle cars. The Vigero not too far behind. And the Dominator GTX might look slow at 120, but it actually improved by about 9 miles per hour with this new over-rev stuff. So that rev hang doing well for it there at the speedway. It slowed it down though at the drag strip a bit, which I forgot to mention, so there's that. This Gauntlet Hellfire, really fast in a straight line, pretty good at a speedway. We're going to see how it does against the other Bravado muscle car here. And you're going to see this gets out of hand pretty quickly. That Buffalo STX is so much faster at my test track than the Gauntlet Hellfire, which, you know, is a bit of a bummer, but I will say the Gauntlet Hellfire is still one of the most fun cars in the game. It's not a car that you're going to buy to win races, but for free roam, it's a blast, and you'll see it's just going to get absolutely smoked by the Buffalo STX. It's already on the reverse start finish line straight away, and the Gauntlet Hellfire just now got there. So we know it's not too good at my test track, doesn't handle incredibly well. I'm not going to embarrass it any further. We'll just head on to the next matchup, which is the Vigero ZX and the Dominator GTX. This is something I'm looking forward to. The Dominator GTX, yeah, it has that new rev hang weird stuff that I don't love, but it's always done really well here. So this is going to be a big task for this new Vigero to see how well it handles and how does it put everything together. You can see through the first sector, it's faster. That first sector is challenging, but when you hit it right, you can go fast in pretty much any car. So now we got to see if it can keep up. Through those double right-handers, you can see the GTX is a little bit quicker. And as we go through this next hairpin and this long sweeping right, I'm expecting that to continue. The Vigero ZX is pretty good, it's pretty fun, but you can see it falling behind. It oversteers, and it's a good kind of oversteer. I really love the way it handles, but that loss of traction in the back, you can't really make up for it with speed. So you have some trouble keeping up, and you can see it's starting to fall farther and farther behind as we go through these technical sections. So handling wise, it's not on par with the GTX, but really there is not much in the muscles class that is. That GTX, like I said, can handle. Normally here, you might be thinking, what's going on? This car didn't win. Well, yeah, the Vigero ZX didn't win, but a lot of you guys, when I did my poll, wanted to see this matchup. So here you go, Buffalo STX versus Vigero ZX in a split screen. We're gonna see how well it can hang. We saw the Buffalo STX just annihilate the Gauntlet Hellfire. The gap is a little smaller here, but the Buffalo STX is the king of the muscle class up until this video. We're going to see if that changes, because we know, oof, look at that gap though, it's getting bigger and bigger. We know that Vigero ZX is so fast in a straight line, so we got to see how that all pans out on my speed score. This is a super technical track, which really favors a car like the Buffalo STX, which is just so easy to drive, so fast through corners as you're seeing here. That acceleration from the Vigero ZX is going to come in handy in races. We got to see though with the speed score later on if it's going to be able to make up for the difference in handling, which is pretty large. And I mean, don't take this as the Vigero ZX being a bad car. You can see it's definitely faster than the Gauntlet Hellfire was there, but it still gets smoked. The problem is the Buffalo STX is in supercar territory at my track. Handling wise, it's absolutely elite. You see the Dominator GTX there, over a minute, a little bit quicker than the last time I tested it. And then the Vigero under that. With the speed score, we have the Buffalo STX still on top. With this Vigero ZX coming really close though with an 88. That's a really fast car. Gauntlet Hellfire and then the GTX. I would say the GTX is above the Hellfire and probably about even with this new Vigero ZX, to be honest. If you're going to be doing speed boosting especially, that car is going to be a little bit faster. I already mentioned that the Gauntlet Hellfire is probably one of the most fun cars in all of GTA. This is one of my must-buys. Go buy it. If you don't have it, you're going to love it. It's fantastic. The GTX is kind of under the radar. It's an awesome car. It is a lot of fun. Its handling is great for the muscles class, and if you like doing the double clutching, speed boosting crap, it's going to be great for you now. And the Buffalo STX, well, still the king of the muscles class, as we just learned. This thing's just absolutely fantastic. I don't know if anything's ever going to knock it off. Vigero, my Lanta. The Vigero ZX came close though, and I will say, if you're a Camaro fan, you got to buy it. It looks pretty good. Customization's decent. It's just fun to drive though. I love the oversteer. It's a lot of fun, and the acceleration makes this car a pretty nice buy. Thanks so much for joining today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. Love to see more of you around here. Let me know what you think in the comments too. I woke up at 2 a.m. to start this video, and it's 5 a.m. now, so I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thanks again. Hope to see you next time.